Yes. Gray Rizzy, WeOutchea Show, Shade 45. It's another grind setters. Now look, I'm up here in Manhattan. Shout out to PVA Studios, the whole team in the building. Ty, Bunny, Drew, of course, my partner BDM Smith. But we gonna go out to Brooklyn.
Smith.
We gonna take a trip out to Brooklyn, and not the gentrified Brooklyn. No Yorkies, none of that shit. I'm talking about barrel drums out there on the sidewalk, having a good time after Juve. Only the real gonna understand this shit right here. And I got the perfect guest for it. Oh, man. Put your hands together for fucking Bobby Stone in the building, man.
What a great intro.
Cause, I mean, Bobby, let's be honest with you.
Crown Heights, Brooklyn very proud just now.
Let's be honest. Let me give you a story about Crown House.
Yeah.
My brother Kehinde, I think I had to get out to train to President Street. I forget where I was at. I was right there on the Parkway. Come out on a Friday. It's about 3, 4 o'clock. I really don't know what's going on. You know how uptown in Brooklyn is. It's like, I ain't going there unless I got to go there. So I was like, fuck it. I'm going to go out there. I'm going to go hang with my brother. The bells go off. My heart jumped. I see all of these, the Hasidic Jewish community moving as one. And I didn't know what the fuck was going on.
They're a part of Crown Heights too.
Yes. I didn't know what was going on. And my brother had to hit me up. He's like, nah, man, this is, Sabbath time. They moving around. Oh, okay, cool. But let's talk about you, man. That was just a scary moment for me because, obviously I wasn't in the K. I didn't know what that was going on. But I got you in the building. I feel like there's some authenticity when it comes to the town, to the K in the building, especially when it comes to people who live there, people who've grown up there, and when it comes to hip hop. Welcome, man.
Thank you for having me, Gray Rizzy. I also want to shout out you and my boy Smith. Like, you represent Bronx, so that's where hip hop started. So I want to thank you for having me, man. You sat down with some of the best, Khaled, Diddy. So to sit here with you, brother, that means a lot to me, man. But Crown Heights, Brooklyn, that's where I was born and raised. Me and my brother Math Hoffa, we used to battle rap, you know what I'm saying, in Crown Heights on Eastern Parkway in Brooklyn. And that's where I come from, man. Labor Day parade and all of that. Like, I'm so glad you mentioned that before it was gentrified, because that's really a part of our culture and where I come from. And we're the new old school, my brand. Where that comes from, you know what I mean?
And here's the thing, like, I'm all for, and I don't want to get off on this too much because we could talk about this for hours, but when it comes to gentrification, I'm all for people moving into a neighborhood to experience the culture of that neighborhood, not to take over that neighborhood. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I've seen a lot of shops close down. There's been some really great restaurants that I loved going to, and they just couldn't. Miraculously, all of a sudden, the rent was too high. Like, that's the bullshit, man. But we could talk about that a whole lot.
And just want to add to the flip side. You got white people from Arkansas eating roti, right? Like, embracing our culture and understanding, like, they're not savages. Like, they're living amongst us.
Yeah,
like, that's a flip side with that part. So
but they don't, and I love that. They usually take it back home though. They don't stay.
Definitely.
That's the problem.
That's why you need people like Bobby Stone, Gran Fortune, and the new old school.
Absolutely. And that's the perfect segue into this music, because that's what you're up here for. Of course, like I said, we could talk about the town, the K all day. But you got these songs, man. I got a couple up here with me, and I want to say I love I believe it was the Roses video, where it was like you getting picked up in a car, right? It was like a Uber type of situation, and Gran Fortune was in there. He was the driver. I liked how y'all connected that right there. But tell me a little bit about this song, man. What made you do this? Because it's talking about lineage. It's talking about giving back to, you're born and all that.
So the main theme is that, like, leaving something for our sons. But the bigger theme is that when people pass away, all of a sudden they're your favorite rapper. All of a sudden they were so dope. So this was me and Fortune's Gran Fortune's not just like my DJ. He's my producer and my friend, my brother. And this was a song where he was just like, I want to be a part of it, because I had 2 verses, and he was like, I want to be a part of it. So this was also a song of like let's stop waiting for people to pass away to celebrate them. That's what Roses is about. You know what I'm saying? It's about celebrating people while they're still here. So it's on YouTube, and I think people connected with it so much because everybody experiences that. It's like, I'm here now. It's like, if I die, y'all gonna make T-shirts of me. You're gonna talk about how Bobby had a bar at Brooklyn Heights. Bobby had, the Ivit clothing line. Bobby got songs with Rocks, MOP, and da da da. I got that now. You know what I mean? So not only was it like showing people like to show me love while I'm here, it was about showing people love to just the regular person, the people next door. Gray Rizzy kind of people, Smith kind of people.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
We should be giving each other flowers while we're here.
Stop waiting till people go. So that's what Roses is about.
Well, I'm not going to wait any longer, man. I want to get into the song, of course.
Please.
It's Bobby Stone featuring Gran Fortune, who also, I believe, produced it, right?
He produced it, and he's rapping on it.
Oh, man, this guy, doing a whole lot. This guy is a renaissance man.
He's special.
Let's get into this joint right now. Bobby Stone, Gran Fortune, Rose. This is Gray Rizzy. We out here on Shade 45. It's another Grind Setters. We up here grind setting. Brooklyn, what's up? Bronx, what's up? New York City, what's good?
We not out here, we Outchea.
We out here for real, man. If it.
Yeah.
Now look, you've been hearing this sound.
You say it better than me, bro. Say
when you did it, when I first looked at it, and that's what this hat is right here for the people who can see Ivit. In fact, let me go ahead and switch my fits.
Smith know what it is.
So when I first heard it, I was like, yo, I know exactly what he's talking about because you explained it. I was like, oh shit, because we would be listening to music and you make your own little air cuts. If it. So what made you go ahead and make a clothing line, bro?
Yeah.
Especially with this to give it up.
Yeah. Well, my brother Flo, he's the freestyle genius. He used to rhyme and be like, Ivit. And, 10 years, 20 years later, I just felt like it should be a clothing line. Me and Gran Fortune actually was in New Jersey performing, and I went to King's Plaza. Anybody from Brooklyn know King's Plaza? It's so funny. Smith was telling me he was at King's Plaza yesterday, and they did a Ivit for me. And the next day after I performed, somebody came to me and was like, yo, how much for a hoodie? So I didn't do it to create a clothing line. I did it to, like, perform at a show. And never look back. Like, it turned into a clothing line. We're on Times Square billboards. You know what I'm saying? We're in magazines. And I'm just grateful, bro. Like, I'm not boasting about, like, our accomplishments. But if it just took... And we're promoting the DJ. Mm-hmm. We're promoting, like... Papoose gave us a shout-out. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're promoting the hip-hop culture as we move forward. So that's what Ivit is really about. You know what I mean? And you see the DJ.
DJ with the two turntables,
Yeah.
You know what was cool?
Turntables and a mic.
And a mic, man. What's cool about it is that you took advantage. I don't want to say take advantage of an opportunity. You saw the opportunity for what it is because somebody actually was interested in what you put out there.
Totally.
And a lot of times we don't do that. Like, we're so tunnel vision, man. Like, there's so many things that come up that are opportunities, and you just be like, man, you don't see it because you just blocking it.
Yeah. I've made more money off my clothing line than music has ever given me, and that's just a fact.
But music was the vehicle.
If it wasn't for music, I wouldn't have it.
Right.
Like, music helped me get a bar. I used to run Brooklyn Nights, and when I used to run Brooklyn Nights, that's how I got in Respect Life. Like, shout out to everybody that love Respect Life, the web series. I was the bartender in Respect Life. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. If I didn't have rhymes, I wouldn't have the bar. If I didn't have the bar, I wouldn't have been in Respect Life. You know what I'm saying? And it's just interesting how hip hop can open up like all these other vehicles for you. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just grateful for that.
Who's some of the people, like, who are you rocking with right now? Because you obviously come from a era that lyricism was at an all-time high, man. Like, I'm thinking of people like Kane. I'm thinking of Fame, and I'm thinking about, like, Lil Fame, of course.
Yeah.
MOP. I'm thinking about OC. I'm thinking about so many different people.
Wow.
Rock and Rock, of course, B.
Yeah. OC used to live in Crown Heights, by the way. Yeah. Rock. Yeah. And yo.
Rest in peace, P.
Yo, rest in peace, Sean Price. Like, I did events with Sean Price at Club Pyramid. You know what I'm saying? I did, like, if it wasn't for, like, Fortune, for example, like, I wouldn't have met Fame. You know what I'm saying? Like, Fortune introduced me to Fame and MOP, and that's how that record came about. But if it wasn't for the bar, I would have never met Rock. I would have never met Mr. Cheeks. So, to anybody that's listening, it's just interesting how, like, you can, like, start on your hip-hop journey and, like, all these other things come about. Like my clothing line, like owning a bar. You know what I'm saying? It's like I open up, like, these other, like, platforms that really work for me. Mm-hmm. And the new old school is really dedicated to independent artists, right? Like, so we do fashion shows, independent models out there. You know, if you look at our line, you'll see a lot of like models. I know a lot of people been on me about the plus size models. They feel like I don't cater to the, the skinny girls a little bit, but I'm new to this. You know what I'm saying? I'm new to fashion. I'm new like to that world. But hip hop, I'm not new to that. You know what I mean? Like, that's a part of my legacy. That's a part of like my life. Like, me and Fortune to email me 3 a.m. in the morning about music. And like, that's like the most important thing to me. So whether it's fashion, whether it's music, whether it's like, hip hop is always the forefront.
It's a lifestyle. It's a
Facts.
lifestyle.
The hat you wearing, thank you for wearing that, brother, during this interview. Like, that's from hip hop. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
So, yeah. And you from the BX, so
yeah,
I know
those little things, they mean a lot, man. Believe me, man. The gesture itself means a lot to me. So this is what we gonna do. I'm gonna take you out to Brooklyn. I'm gonna take you out to like 93, 94 with some LaFla, Scotia. You want to do that? It's time to duck down.
Like that.
I got Bobby Stone in the building. It's
Shout
Gray
out
Rizzy,
to the
man.
whole Helter Skelter boot camp clique, my nigga Rock. Yeah, Math High for Crown Heights.
For real, for real. We out here, Shade 45. It's nothing ground setters. You know, when we started up this interview, by the way, it's Gray Rizzy, we out here. Bobby Stone is up here with me, man. It's a grind setters, by the way. When we started this interview, I said, like, you know, the drum on the side of the sidewalk, and I'm not talking about the drum where you beat on the pad. I'm talking about the drum where you open it up and they got that good jerk chicken on there. That's what I'm talking about. And that's the vibe. Yo, Gran Fortune, I want you to understand.
Sounds like you've been to Crown Heights before.
I've been there a few times.
Gran Fortune know exactly what you're talking about.
I just want people to understand, because, you know, we got some listeners up here. A few million people who might think I'm talking about percussion. No, I'm talking about food. This next song put me on one of those sidewalks where I'm just standing in line for a plate. Patiently, because I'm smelling what's going on. I'm picking up what's being dropped on this sidewalk, man. Talk to me about this song, Rocking You, bro.
Rocking You, man, is just, it's so hip-hop and it's so reggae, but for me, it's just very Crown Heights. I'm sure Gran Fortune will have another take on it, but it's just a reflection of, like, our neighborhoods and just embracing our culture, you know? So, Rocking You, produced by Gran Fortune, is really just us tapping into our culture. And I'm gonna just keep it real with you, brother. Like, all that mumble rap and all that, I'm gonna shoot you, I'm gonna kill you, I'm gonna that, like, that's not hip hop to me. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna call out names or whatever, but me and Fortune, like, go in on hip hop, and we want people to know, like, if somebody came from Mars, what does hip hop look like? Me and Fortune want to be a reflection of that, and that's what Rocking You is about. And it's on YouTube.
It is. The video is out there right now. Yeah. Like I said, and shout out to my man. I would be the guy, even though I'm a slim dude, I would be the big guy that's in the back, like, you know, doing all the vocals and shit. That would be me back there. Yeah. I get happy when food is involved.
Totally. And if I could just add, you know, our album is dropping. You know what I'm saying? It's called
do we have a date? I don't want to put no pressure on you.
Fortune, we have a date?
We can put quarters if you don't have an exact date. First quarter? First quarter, all right. That means for the people who don't know what the fuck we talking about, not change.
Good answer.
January, February, or March is coming in within that time frame right there.
And the album is like it's definitely connected with like a lot of our hip hop culture, but definitely like reggae culture, compo music, everything. Like, just showing people, like, me and Fortune been challenged to show each other that we could do more than just rhyme. I grew up playing the trumpet. You know what I'm saying? I grew up in a choir, like Sunday school. You know what I mean? So when rappers are like rapping, like, I'm a musician. I'm not a rapper. So and this album is where they're gonna get to hear that.
It's funny. We were just having this conversation. Shout out to my man Marty Marr who stopped.
Shout out to Marty Marr.
And we were talking about, when you play an instrument, you hear things differently. You know, and I know that horn life, bro. Like, you know, trombone.
Like, he from New Orleans. You know what I'm saying? Can you imagine what his lifestyle was up? So I was the kid. When people graduated, I was the kid playing the trumpet.
Poppin' Circumstance. That was you.
Poppin' Circumstance. So I did that from like 8th. So before I started writing rhymes, I was already connecting like with notes and stuff. You know? So I'm a musician. You know?
Right. You know, I don't want to get you in a box, man. I'm glad that you even had the chance to come up here and just rap with us for a minute, just to give us a taste of the 2 pieces of the full project, which we can expect in the first quarter of this year, January, February, March, is gonna be
it's
on the
done.
way.
Just gotta be mixed. It's done.
It's that's it.
It's done. Yeah, and then our clothing line again. Shout out to everybody. We've been on Ivit Times Square billboard. Our clothing line is on Ivit Times Square. If you go down Times Square, take a shot, post us up. We're just a small black business on a Times Square and billboard competing with the corporate people, right?
Yeah, but it says a lot in itself that you're there.
We're a small business competing with the giants. So you having us, shout out to Smith, like that means a lot to us. You know what I mean?
Well, let's do some promo, man. What's the best way for everybody to stay in touch with you, the artist, as well as you, the businessman for Ivit, all this stuff? What's the best way?
Yeah, the best way, I love Instagram, man. Follow me on Instagram at Bobby Stone Music. If you want to purchase some clothing, ivit.com. A lot of models are hitting us up. They want to be a part of the clothing line. Again, ivit.com. Follow Gran Fortune. That's not just my producer or friend. He's also my DJ, right? So he produces. He also extends the ladder back down for independent artists trying to come up. Same way you're doing right now, my brother.
Appreciate that.
You know what I mean? So, and we appreciate you, brother. So, Bobby Stone Music, ivit.com.
And that's IVIT, IVIT.com.
IVIT.com, man. And that's what's up, man. And we're looking forward to connecting with people. And I just want to say, man, we're also just very big on the community. So, we've done 10 years of back to school events, free school supplies. You know what I'm saying? You could check us out on YouTube. I have a bachelor's degree in sociology, a master's degree in social work. So we're not just like this hip hop fashion thing. Like, we're big on community and changing how things look in our community. So that's something else that I want people to look into. Like, we don't just got bars. Like, we're bigger than that.
I'm glad you ended it that way because you are an example. And a lot of people, for whatever reason, don't think that they can make that mark or they can meet that mark. He's living proof, man. Bobby Stone, I appreciate you for stopping through for this.
I appreciate you more, bro.
Look, and make sure you follow Gran Fortune, no D, Gran Fortune, correct?
Yep.
There we go, man. It's Gray Rizzy. We out here on Shade 45. Follow us at Shade 45 at Gray Rizzy. Missed any part of this interview? Catch it on demand with the SiriusXM app. Search Bobby right there, Fortune, and Stone, excuse me. First, Bobby Stone. You can put in Gran Fortune because it's going to be in together because the music is going to be there.
Black visionaries.
Gray Rizzy, Shade 45. Listen to it on your time on demand. We out here, whoa. It's another Grind Setters.
We out here.
Chill.